Hey everyone, I just wanted to make another video because I haven't made one in a little while, um, and just to update you guys on a couple things, and I have to make some other videos, but I've just been so busy as you can imagine, so I'm just feeding Ava right now, and you can kind of just see the top of her head there, and her hand is right there. Um, she's kind of on her way to falling asleep. But anyways, so she's 2 months old now, and she turned 8 weeks on Tuesday, and it's Thursday today. So she's just over 2 months old. Um, I can't really remember what I've said in past videos, but she basically had some weight um, issues, especially right after we left the hospital. Basically, I was in there for 5 days, and I had mastitis when she was 8 days old and a fever of 104. I was put on antibiotics for 10 days, and it was cephalexin, and it really upset her stomach. And they said to kind of expect any sort of GI upset in her. And sometimes it doesn't happen, but it did with her, unfortunately. So she food just went straight through her. Nothing would kind of stay in her stomach long enough for her to absorb anything. So she ended up losing about a pound in less than a week, which is a lot for a baby. That's only 7 pounds. So she was 7'10" when she was born. She was 7'6" I think when we left the hospital, and then within a week she had lost like a pound or something. So anyways, it's been a long, long kind of road to get her weight back up, and I've had to supplement her with formula. Um, I never really wanted to give her formula. I always wanted to just exclusively breastfeed, but I tried that, and especially when I was on the antibiotics, she would just, I was having to change her diaper like every 30 minutes, like poopy diapers. She was going that much, and it was just not staying in her, so she couldn't gain any weight. So since she was 8 days old, I've been supplementing her with formula, and I've tried a couple different kinds. And the one that I've noticed that is fantastic is Nestle Good Start, and it's there's a couple different kinds, but the one that I'm using has the probiotic in it, and it's easy to digest, and it's their closest formula to breast milk. And then there's DHA and omega 3 or omega 6 and 9 or something like that in it. But it's a really great formula, and it's very expensive. It's like $30 for a tin, and I go through one in like a week and a half. So it's really expensive, but it's the only way that she would have gained weight. And so it's kind of been a long trial and error with her to figure out like how much I should give her, when I should give it to her, and all that. Basically, I've figured it out that I give her 12 ounces a day, and I usually I usually don't like giving it to her in large doses. Um, so I'll usually give her 2 ounces at a time, sometimes four. But I usually will give her like four in the morning, four sometime in the middle of the day, and then four at night, like around midnight, before she goes to sleep, because that's usually when she falls asleep for the night. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, I used to only give her, at one point I was only giving her 2 or 4 ounces, but when I give her 12 ounces a day, she really gains the weight a lot easier and better. So I've been giving her 12. And then I've been seeing a lactation consultant, I've been seeing my OBGYN, and I've been seeing a public health nurse. I've been having a public health nurse come over to my house every week just to monitor her weight. And it's not, I mean, it's not at the suggestion of the nurse, and no one said that I needed to do that, but I just feel a lot better knowing that she comes over every week just to see what kind of weight that she's gaining. So at this point, she's gaining about an ounce a day. Um, so right now she's 9 pounds, and well, all three people that I'm seeing, their scales are all differently. I think the word's calibrated. Can't remember, but they're all different. So I'm just gonna go by the nurse's scale because I see her every week. And 2 days ago she was 9 pounds 7 ounces. So she should be about 9 pounds 9 ounces today if she's gaining an ounce a day. Um, so that's good. And she was 7 pounds 10 ounces when she was born. I mean, she should be a lot heavier at this point, considering she's 2 months old. But considering she did lose a lot of weight, it's taken a very long time for her to get back up. It took about a month of, she was only gaining like 2 ounces a week, and it was very, very slow. But it was just because it was such a shock to her system going on the antibiotics for me. And I mean, not only that, but 2 days before I had her, I had a bladder infection. I was on antibiotics for that. I was put on vancomycin drip when I was in labor, because I was testing positive for group B strep and I had a reaction to that. So I was on that antibiotic, and it's a very, very harsh antibiotic. It actually burns when it goes in. Um, and then I had a really bad lung infection before I had her and after. I had it for about a month. I was on 2 different puffers. I was on antibiotics for that. So I was on antibiotics for a really long time for so many different reasons, and she was behind the 8 ball from the get-go kind of, so it's just been a really difficult to get her to a stable weight. But she's getting better. I mean, she's on her way to 10 pounds, so that's good. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but um, I heard that they should be double their weight by 4 months. So in 2 months, basically, she should be like 14 pounds. So I don't know if that'll work, if that'll happen, but we'll see. Um, So what else? I did end up getting mastitis again. I got it this past week, and I have one last day of antibiotics. I think the first time I got it, it was from some kind of bacteria in her mouth that had passed through a crack in my nipple and into the duct and had infected it that way. But I've also heard from the consultant that you can get it from just producing too much milk, not emptying your breasts enough, and just being overtired. So I think that's what it is. Sorry I'm talking so fast, but I'm trying to do laundry at the same time. I've been told I produce a lot of milk. I've been told that I produce enough milk for 2 babies. So I think that's part of the reason is because I'm not emptying my breasts enough, and the milk doesn't get emptied and it just gets infected somehow. So yeah, I woke up at 3:30 in the morning last week with a fever, and it was excruciating. The pain from mastitis is absolutely excruciating, and you'll know if you've had it. And it was burning. I mean, anything associated with an infection. I mean, it was boiling hot, and red and sore, swollen, and it just excruciating. And this time, the mastitis was so bad, it was so infected that about half my breast was infected, and it was so hot that my skin is actually peeling, and it's like I got a sunburn. That's how hot it was. And actually, a mole that I have on my breast here, it actually like bubbled and cracked and peeled. And that's how hot it was from the inside. It was insane. So I'm glad that it's just about done now. So that's been difficult, and they told me to take about 6 weeks to rest and heal from the C-section, and it's been 8 weeks now. So I wanted to make sure that I was giving myself enough time to heal properly, because I didn't want to stuff myself back more from doing too much too soon. So I'm just starting to get out a lot more and walking more and stuff. So um, and yeah, I'm getting more into a routine with her. It's some days are off a bit, and then for one week it's kind of a routine, and then whatever. But it's getting better. And then what else? I'm moving again. I've moved so many times. I've moved about 5 times in the last year. But I'm going to be moving again at the end of this month, and it's actually in the same apartment building that my mom lives in, which is going to be great because she can help me. But I'm really looking forward to that, and it's cheaper, so it's just more practical. And yeah, and what else? Yeah, I just saw my doctor today, and I had my 6 week checkup, although it's been 8 weeks, but I didn't do it the last 2 weeks. So she did a checkup, and she said that I healed great, and it looks great. I don't know how much I weigh because I don't have a scale, and I haven't had myself weighed. But I have noticed that breastfeeding really does help to shrink your uterus back to pre-pregnancy size. Um, so yeah, and what else? She's still bald. I mean, I don't know if you can really see her, but she's still pretty bald. And I was bald when I was a baby, so she'll probably be bald until she's like a year old, because that's what I was like. Um, What else could I talk about? I'm just trying to think. Um, yeah, she's extremely long. She was 21 inches when she was born, and her head was 35 centimeters around, and I know her head is a lot bigger now. Um, but she's extremely long. I mean, she doesn't fit in anything newborn anymore, and she hasn't for a while, for a couple weeks. And she is, her feet are at the end of her 3 month sleepers. I mean, she's so incredibly long. And I've noticed it a lot because I used to feed her in the football hold, and I can't do that anymore. I have to feed her this way because the football hold is just, it doesn't work. Um, I was feeding her in the football hold in the beginning up until probably 2 weeks ago because when I was in the hospital recovering from my C-section, that's really the only way that I felt that was comfortable to feed her because doing it like this would just kind of hurt my incision too much, but this way is a lot more comfortable. I'm getting more used to it. I mean, I'm able to like stand up and walk around with her like this and do things like do laundry. It's kind of difficult, but I have to do it because I live alone, so I only have one arm to do things with, but it works. And what else? Yeah, I got a little chair. I'll see if you guys can see that blue chair there. It's just a bouncy chair, but it has a button on it that vibrates, which is great. And I haven't really tried it, but that's great. And then I have a swing too. She doesn't like the swing, so I don't know. But I'm just finding that she's very needy, very demanding. Um, I find that when she gets hungry, if I don't latch her on within literally 2 minutes, I'm not even exaggerating here. If she doesn't get on within like a minute or two, she just gets so upset that she just will not latch. And the other day she cried for a few hours. And at first I thought it was colic, but um, I've noticed that I think she's going through growth spurts, so it's just like if she doesn't get food instantly, then she's just so frustrated that she just will not latch. And I think part of it is because I do supplement her, and with the bottle, she doesn't have to really work for it. The food's right there. But when you're breastfeeding, it takes about, like 30 seconds for them to suck for the milk to actually come down. So she just gets so irritated that she just gives up, basically. So it's a little bit difficult, and I'm finding that I can't sit her down anywhere. She really needs to be around someone at all times. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm a single mom and it's me and her all day, every day, and I'm always with her. And if I'm at my sister's house and I have a quick shower and she watches her, she just starts freaking right out. So yeah, but she started to coo a little bit, and she has a pretty strong neck. I do put her on her belly a lot. I don't know when most people do tummy time, like how old, but I've been doing it for a little while. And if I put her on her belly, she holds her head up pretty well. So that's awesome. And she rolls to her side a lot already, so that's pretty crazy. So I'm just trying to cherish the moments when I can just leave her and quickly run to the bathroom to get something because I know in a couple months she'll be rolling around and stuff and I won't be able to do that. So yeah. Um, when I move into my new place, it's going to be one bedroom because I figure I don't need the two bedrooms here. She sleeps with me in my room. So when I move into my new place, I'll get her stuff all set up and I'll have her crib up and stuff and more of her nursery things up. So I'm going to do more of a tour then because I'm just packing now. So anyways, I really appreciate everyone watching my videos, and I haven't really been making any lately, but I've just been so busy. It's just been a real shock and hard to adjust, especially being a single mom and with the C-section and all the problems that I've had with the mastitis and everything, and her not. I mean, I'm still using a nipple shield, and she just doesn't really like latching properly without it. So I'm just trying to wean her off that too, but it's a bit of work. So anyways, I'll make new videos soon, and I'll make another video soon of her when she's actually awake so you can see her face. But yeah, I hope to make a video probably in the next couple days. So thanks so much guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.